Hi,
Hello,
Attorney Rick
Attorney
Winblad here.
This video is for
Today I'm going to
college
talk to you
students
about
and
advanced
the parents
medical
who worry
directives,
about them.
also known as living wills. This video is for informational purposes only. It's not legal advice, and it is specific to the state of Oklahoma. Hi, Attorney Rick Winblad here to tell you about Advanced Healthcare Directives, also called the living will. Why have an Advanced Healthcare Directive or living will? The Terri Schiavo case in Florida is a prime example. She had no Advanced Healthcare Directive. She had a heart attack that caused brain damage and left her in a comatose state. She could only receive nourishment through a feeding tube. Her husband wanted the feeding tube stopped, claiming that it was her intention not to live that way. Her parents disagreed, and a 7-year legal battle ensued, with countless appeals and hearings. Ultimately, the court agreed that the feeding tubes should be removed, and Terri died a couple of weeks later. There are several lessons to be taken away from the Schiavo case. First of all, disputes regarding patients' wishes can be emotionally charged, difficult to answer, involve protracted legal proceedings, and destructive to families. Desires concerning patients' wishes should be written in a legally binding document and communicated with family members. Once a patient becomes unable to communicate, those opportunities are lost. What exactly is a living will? Quite simply, it's a set of written instructions doctors must follow concerning the medical treatment you either want or don't want in certain situations. When does a living will go into effect? First, you must be unable to communicate the medical decisions for yourself. The statutory form contemplates 3 conditions that will trigger the living will. First is that death will occur within 6 months no matter what is done medically. The second is you're in a comatose state without any chance of coming out of it. The third is an end-of-life situation that even with medical treatment and death will occur. Individuals can also describe conditions that will trigger the living will. There are treatment choices suggested in the statutory form. You're not bound by these, but they cover what most people would want. One choice is to do everything, including artificially administered nutrition and water. I call it the do everything plan. The second is do not provide life-sustaining treatments, but do administer food and water even if it cannot be accepted orally. That's the food and water only choice. Finally, there's a choice that says do not provide life-sustaining treatment and do not administer food and water if it cannot be accepted orally. That's the withhold everything choice. Individuals are free to make more specific instructions that differ from the statutory choices. There's a portion of the form reserved for these instructions. You can make different treatment choices for different conditions. The healthcare proxy must be at least 18 years old. This person is appointed to make healthcare decisions. They're to act if the patient cannot communicate and the advanced directive is unclear. Obviously, it's a good idea to choose a person who lives nearby. There's a portion of the form dedicated to anatomical gifts. They're not required, but the form offers this choice. Gifts can be made for transplantation, therapy, or for the advancement of medical and dental science. The entire body may be designated or specific organs, or none at all. After you complete your Advanced Healthcare Directive or living will, you need to make sure that you discuss your choices with your healthcare proxy and other family members, that you give a copy of the document to your doctor and your healthcare proxy. It's also a good idea to enroll in a program that keeps these records available online, such as DocuBank. DocuBank is a service that stores your Advanced Healthcare Directive and other documents online so that they're available when they're needed. As part of the service, DocuBank issues cards that can be carried in your wallet. The card contains information about you that would be important in case of emergency. Obviously your name, but also has your allergies, any type of medical condition you may have, and emergency contact information. The flip side of the card provides doctors with instructions on how to obtain the healthcare directive, either by fax or over the internet. An Advanced Healthcare Directive is not a Do Not Resuscitate order. Under the Oklahoma Do Not Resuscitate Act, everyone is presumed to have consented to cardiopulmonary resuscitation or CPR, unless A do not resuscitate order has been executed. A person has been granted a power of attorney, or a healthcare proxy has been granted that right. The doctor is satisfied that these wishes have been communicated, or the Advanced Healthcare Directive or Living Will specifically addresses cardiac arrest. One should also consider executing a medical power of attorney. The reasons for this is that not every state has an advanced directive law, and doctors in another state may refuse to comply with the Oklahoma form. Non-end-of-life conditions may arise that require someone to make healthcare decisions as well, such as Alzheimer's or dementia, and having a power of attorney in place is vital. In a medical power of attorney, a representative is made to make healthcare decisions. The power of attorney may grant these powers immediately, or they may be springing. Springing powers arise only if the individual becomes incompetent or unable to make decisions for themselves. Thanks for listening. Again, my name is Richard Wimblad. I'm an attorney here in Edmond, Oklahoma. I can be reached at 405-340-6554. If you need assistance with this or have any other questions about these materials, please don't hesitate to give me a call. The following slide will just show you our standard disclaimer. Thanks again for listening. Thank you for watching. For more information about these materials, please give me a call at 340-6554 or visit me on the web at windbladlaw.com.